Well, hi, my name is Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about replacing the electronics in my Ibanez SR885 bass guitar. Now, this is really my first real performance bass guitar. I've had this for anywhere between 10 to 13 years, so it's been around for a while. I bought this particular model because it had something called the very mid system, which had a sweeping mid-range that you could turn up and turn down. That was one of the great features that really sold me on this bass. It was kind of affordable for anything that had that at the time, so I bought it. Love the color, really nice bass. I love the action on the bass. It's been my bass for, I love this bass. You know, I've played with it, played a lot of gigs with it, you know, a few places in the world, and it's also been, it's been really good to me. Right now I use it with a Digitech dual band compressor a lot when I play live. The downsides to this bass now are that it lacks a little bit of volume when I go direct in. You know, a lot of systems are set up where a lot of times you go direct into the system and then come back out to your monitor on the stage, and sometimes that's a challenge. The volume's a little bit low. You know, almost every sound guy complains, you know, and says, can you turn up your bass more? And I'm like, it's kind of all the way up. That's one thing, and it is an active bass. So the other thing is I find it a little bit panny without or empty in the middle. Even though it does have the very mid system, you can pick out certain tones, but you can highlight certain tones, but overall I wish it had a little bit more punch and wasn't so muddy when you're going direct in. I use it with the compressor a lot because of that problem, and that really helps me out, but I would still love a little bit more punch to it overall, you know, maybe not having to use the compressor as much. So I bought the Bass Mods preamp system. It cost me $65 after shipping. It was really cheap. So I mean, compared to like a preamp foot pedal, which was like, you know, a good one is like $200 to $300. That was a good deal. You know, you have to do a little bit of work obviously because you got to put it in. But what I'm going to do now is let you hear what the bass sounds like before putting in the preamp. It has the down here I have the volume knob, the pickup selector knob, the bass knob, and the treble knob or combo knob. Then I have my mid-range knob, which is pretty sweet because I have the sweeping mid-range, and then I have the up and down, so I can, you know, boost it or cut it in the mix of the sound. So it is pretty cool. Has the soapbox pickups, so those I won't be changing out today. I don't think my issue is so much with the pickups. I think my issue might be with the preamp. Like I said, this is an above average sounding bass. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but I would like that little extra oomph to give me that more high-end sound. You know, I'm really looking for something that will that'll make me sound like I have like a $3,000 bass guitar. So that being said, I will see what this bass mods mod gives me. So first of all, I'm gonna play a little something. I just brought up one of the default tracks in GarageBand, and I'm gonna use that kind of like a funk back end. So if I don't know the piece so well, it's because I just brought it up on my computer just a while ago, so I haven't even sat down to practice with it yet. But it sounds like a pretty simple piece, so I'll just play along. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some more fingerstyle stuff at first, and then I'm going to switch over and do some slap bass, so you can hear the difference in the tones, and hopefully this will be useful to you and help you if you decide to go the same route and replace your electronics with the Bass Mod electronics. Alright, so let's give it a go. I've gone ahead and I've replaced the electronics. I got my bass mod system in, put it in the back. All of my controls are all now different. The system comes with its own volume control and its own amp system. So here what I have now is volume control, bass and treble right here on this knob, pickup selector / blend right here, and then I have the mid, cut and boost right here. The difference between one notable difference between the bass mod system and the standard Ibanez system is that there is a very mid system on the Ibanez, which is kind of interesting. Like I'd spoken about before, I could pick frequencies and turn them up and down, and that was pretty cool. However, I still wasn't completely happy with the tone of that, which is why I went ahead and replaced. This system, not as flexible. The bass and the treble are very nice, but the mid isn't as pronounced, but it gives more of a tone. It affects tone more than it does, I think, actually boost the mids and lows so much. And the thing with it though is the difference is subtle but noticeable but effective. It's very interesting. You don't notice the difference as you're playing notes just randomly. If I play a C or a note, and I turn the mid up and down, I don't really notice the difference. But when I play a whole bass line or I play it in a mix with other instruments, it really affects the presence of the bass in the mix. Whether you're going for a more smooth, maybe jazz bass style or a slap bass style in comparison with the pickup selectors, phenomenal tone control, I've found. The other thing is the volume. It's beefed up the volume coming out of my bass, which was one of my biggest issues. Was going live into a box now, into a DI box, into a large sound system. I get such tone, I get such punch, I get such clarity now. It's amazing. Huge difference in that department. That's probably the biggest difference. And again, I love the new tone. The new tone coming out of my bass is great. What I realized is that the Ibanez variable system did shape the tone a little bit, gave it a nice tone, but not a lot of punch. So in recordings, in studios, it's fine, but for live performance, it needs a little bit of work. However, the tone that I get out of this sounds a lot more like the tone that I get when I'm playing my bass without any amplification, but just sweeter and a lot more volume and power and a little bit rounder. So if you have any questions, feel free to post any questions, or you can message me. I'll put some sort of contact information on this video at the end.